Welcome to this special edition of Cancer Watch, presented by Common Cancer Foundation in partnership with Plus TV Africa. My name is Dr. Denise Ejoh, the CEO. Today we celebrate the launch of our inaugural Cancer Awareness Program and the remarkable collaboration with the Association of Radiation and Clinical Oncologists of Nigeria, ARCON, which will enhance our mission. Together we fight, together we win. We want to thank everyone for continuing to champion our cause and amplify the voices of cancer patients and survivors across Nigeria this 2025. What is it? The Cancer Watch. It's now called the Cancer Watch, a new era in awareness and advocacy. Welcome and thank you for joining us this time. Let's go. So who have I got joining me today? I have got joining me Dr. B. Olutunde Olusegun. Hello, Doc. How are you?
Hello, Denise. Thank you for having me. It's always a joy to see you, discuss with you, and interact like we've always done so many times in the past. Lovely to be here today.
Awesome. He's only here today. He's here today for a long time. Don't worry. Dr. B is a medical expert, a cancer or consultant oncologist, so therefore a medical expert and cancer awareness advocate. And for this program, he will now be representing ARCON in this partnership. I formally welcome you, Dr. B, to being my co-host as we go on after this.
Thank you very much, Denise.
So let's enjoy today. Today we're going to be talking about what the viewers are going to be expecting and how we're going to make sure that the right information goes out. It's not that easy. So together we fight, together we win. We're going to be beginning this conversation. Please follow, share, and subscribe to the Common Cancer Foundation and Plus TV and ARCON as we build a partnership where everybody has a voice and can hear what's going on in the cancer space across Nigeria. It's now going to be a weekly, definite weekly program with your co-hosts. So let me start my questions. I'm not going to do more than that introduction of you today because the viewers are going to really get to know you, Dr. B, and then they'll get to understand why you are my co-host. So here we go. As you are aware, there is the power of partnerships. And as the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people. Why ARCON? Why did I want to partner with ARCON? So Dr. B, Dr. B has now joined this initiative as the representative of ARCON and a key partner to Common Cancer Foundation and Plus TV on our cancer awareness program. So can you tell us why ARCON is happy to even be collaborating with Common Cancer Foundation in the first instance, and what ARCON expects this partnership to bring to the cancer awareness and advocacy drive across Nigeria from this point on?
Okay, thank you, Dennis. The Association of Radiation and Clinical Oncologists of Nigeria, it's an association that, sort of like serves all of the specialists in medical and radiation oncology, the marriage of which is called clinical oncology. The association is really basically about people who are specialists in the management of cancer. And of course, all things cancer is always of great interest to us. The thing is, we came together as a body, founded ourselves on certain principles, including advancing the care of cancer patients all across the nation through collaboration and innovation. And we have several pillars that guide us, including research and training, improving workforce. We have other things like trying to do advocacy as well, like what it is that you're doing. Advocacy is a big part of what ARCON stands for, And the thing is, if you ask any clinical oncologist who is a member of this association, you realize that in our clinics, when we're seeing patients, people always mostly, let me use the word mostly, present late to the hospitals for treatment. And you realize that there's not much of a change you can get because For you to be able to successfully treat cancer in the sense of a cure, patients have to present early. And so if you're sitting in your clinic and you're seeing patients usually presenting late, for several reasons, ranging from a lack of education, not having enough knowledge about what the disease is, fear, and other false beliefs that may be, inculcated in them that doesn't let them show up in the hospital. You realize that you have to go beyond clinics to the level of advocacy and public enlightenment to get people to actually understand what this disease is, detect it early, and also seek treatment early so that the outcomes can be better. And that's the perfect platform. Advocacy just remains the best way to achieve this. And this is what you have been championing. And I'm sure that's why when you and the president of ACON got into a discussion, it fit perfectly. It was like a key in a keyhole kind of situation where we all just decided that we can unlock a major door and bring in a lot of our expertise, to bear in making sure that the right information is what people are getting. There's a lot that we need to demystify. There's a lot we need to correct. And the president was like, oh no, this is the perfect opportunity. We need to collaborate. We need to join. It's one of our founding principles anyways. So with someone who has a wealth of experience like you, I believe we can then make a lot of change happen as per the perception of people. We can direct them to where they can get treatment, inform them what kind of treatments are available, tell them what the signs are so that they can actually understand what the symptoms they're experiencing could mean and all of that. And so we can bring this. And because ACON also champions multidisciplinary team meetings, we're always asking for experts to come together and make an informed decision on the care of the patient. We can also tap into other fantastic specialists who are involved in the management of cancer and bring them, into this space that you have created to further help to educate people. So people can hear from they can hear from a surgeon, they can hear from a pathologist, they can hear from a nurse, everything they need to know regarding how best to handle this much dreaded illness.
Thank you. You got it spot on. It's very easy to actually assume that the information about cancer is just in one space. And like I always try to make people get, it's very difficult. And for me, I really appreciate you guys partnering with me because I am not a medical doctor. I am a patient advocate. And the message has to be correct. And the information needs to be shared timely, and patients need to know what they need to do on time. So it was very important. I really appreciate ACON for agreeing to partner with us. And above all, Plus TV has made sure that this is going to work. It's great. That's why I said collaborations really make a big impact. And hopefully we'll be able to get people getting the right message. So I'm going to ask you now, so what would you say will set this maiden awareness program apart? So we're just starting. This is first week of March. We're going to measure this at the end of 2025 as ACON, as Common Cancer Foundation, and as Plus TV. So what and you would know there have been many awareness efforts. So what should people expect?
Okay. Well, so you've touched something that's really dear to my heart, which is what's going to make it different. And in our previous discussions, we've talked about it, how best to make awareness programs so much more effective. And I think that because this disease is so dreaded, and then a lot of times awareness programs sometimes do not bring the information in a way that grassroots people can actually, the average person on the street can actually grasp and understand, and then have it affect the kind of change that you want to. But I've worked with you severally, and I know that, there's something about the simplicity of your discussion that make it so exciting. It's almost like it's not scary. And being that you're a survivor yourself, and an advocate, you bring something to it that makes it seem like take away the dread and just live your life and just not be as afraid, because fear brings paralysis. So I think people can expect to hear all things related to cancer, whether it's the disease itself or how it's presenting. They can hear about the impact of this disease on people who don't even have it. They'll hear about prevention, how to make sure that they don't get cancer. They'll hear about life after cancer. We would bring all of these topics. We will both educate and, dare I say, entertain, because if we demystify, if we remove all of that anxiousness about it, perhaps this program will then be able to achieve what a lot of advocacy in the past has not been able to achieve, which is really get to speak to people and let them understand, hear, and transform themselves from being people who know it exists but don't want to think about it, to people who themselves become advocates in their own spaces, helping people so that there's a ripple effect. Together we get things done, like you said earlier. But I think they're going to be in for a very informative time on the program with us together.
Yes, I think so too. Thank you. See me, I'm actually saying it's March. First week of April. First Saturday of April, and I've got party, party today. I've got party, so maybe that's why I'm even forgetting the day of the month. It's just one of those things. But anyway, we're going to take a break now, because the next question is going to lead me to something that is very important, and I think it's important that we delve in such a way that people continue to get an understanding of what we're trying to achieve. But one of the key things I really appreciate with this, and I think the viewers are going to pick up, is making sure that it's a Nigeria vision. Everybody across Nigeria gets it and engages in it, and that ripple effect is really, really key. So I'm really excited about this. Viewers, we're going to take a short break now, and after this break, we will come back and continue this discussion with Dr. B. Olusegun Olutunde. I don't know if I've done the right way around, but whatever.
It's fine. It's being Olutunde, but it's fine.
I'll see you shortly. Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for staying with us. It's really nice to have you, and I want to thank you for really helping us to champion this cause, because cancer is real. And a lot of people don't realize that if you know early, you have a better chance of surviving it. And the more I've learned about it over the years, the more I realize education, and we will get there. So let's continue. Dr. B is my guest today. He will become my co-host next week. So he's going to have to tell us how he intends to do that. But let's get on to the next piece I want to talk about, and that's community engagement. And how can people participate? That's very key, because we've got to make sure people can participate. And although we're looking at the medical, a lot of people think that cancer is about the doctors. Cancer is not about the doctors. Cancer is about the patients. Cancer is about the patients that work for us. Cancer is about a collective. And I like the way you said multidisciplinary. So one day you're going to explain to us this multidisciplinary, because a lot of cancer patients do not really realize that there is something called a multidisciplinary, which helps them navigate this journey. But let's keep going. Every cancer patient and survivor belongs to a community. You're either in your home, you are in your church, you are in your mosque, you are in somewhere, you are in a community. You are in an advocacy group, you are in a cancer group, you are somewhere, you are in a community. So awareness campaigns succeed when communities get involved, and we all have to agree with that. Now, how can individuals, families, and even organizations contribute now to our drive and the role ACON will play in this drive? Because Common Cancer Foundation is a tool to get in there. Plus TV is our number one fan in getting there. So ACON, help us. Go on. How can we?
Okay, thank you. So, Dennis, it's really important, like we said earlier, that everybody gets to the place where awareness is very important to them. They do know, and then they can take steps. Before now, and I say this with all due respect, it's almost like people would not even want to think about cancer or talk about it acting like talking about it is what is going to make it come, and therefore you will hear a lot of pronouncements, positivity, which sort of like serves to be like an ostrich with the head in the sand kind of thing, because a lot of times these things would still happen. So the thing is, if you talk to anyone who has had cancer or their family members who have not stepped through, they would tell you that if they had known, they would have embraced more information. I mean, it's possible to not to even have information and still be caught unawares, but it's so dreadful to hide from it and then get shocked. So what can individuals do? Just increase your knowledge level. I mean, understand that there is the statistics for breast cancer is 1 in 8 women will have breast cancer in their lifetime. That's a very large number of women who are going to have breast cancer. And it's not going to go away by not thinking about it. So one thing we need to do is be able to talk about these things. We need to be able to encourage each other. We need to be able to tell each other that if you have a symptom, go to the hospital, get it checked. Don't overlook anything. It's time that the community itself put in more effort and then started to do advocacy, reaching out. We've had rallies that you would give out flyers to people about cancer, and then they'll throw it away and they don't want to hear anything about it. And all of these things make it difficult for the message to reach the crescendo that you need it to reach, where everybody is aware. So we do need community to come together and say, look, we don't want to lose our people, because if you detect any cancer early enough and you treat it, and then you're going to be fine. You can't be cured. It's a potentially curable illness. And you probably would even spend less than when it's an advanced disease. So it's in everybody's benefit for early detection to be key. So communities need to come together, religious bodies need to demystify the fear of cancer and let people, I mean, wouldn't it be lovely if churches said, oh, cancer screening is something that you need to embrace. It's a wisdom from God, so you need to go ahead and tap into this wisdom and make sure that you detect cancers early and all of that. It will be fantastic. It will make a lot of change if imams at the mosque were saying to people this thing. So this is something that we can all do. And we can reach out to government and lobby for increased funding in cancer care. No one is, imagine an individual writing a letter to their senator or their member of House of Reps saying, I think cancer care should be a focus of this government. I don't think we're doing enough. Now imagine one person did that, then imagine 12 people, then imagine 100 people, then imagine 1,000 people did that. People in power are going to sit up and listen and begin to effect change. So the purpose of our program is basically enlightening you, tell you this is there. What can you do as an individual? What can you do as a community? And as they journey along with us, they begin to see several layers of things that can be done to make this work.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very interesting. I like the way you've brought it in or honed it home, because I think everybody else thinks that cancer is everybody else's illness. I'm forgetting that the statistics in Nigeria are not as favorable as in developed countries. And we don't necessarily have to have that if we engaged together and learned to trust each other and trust a process. And I think that's where we're still behind. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. So what is now, our program is now going to be called the Cancer Watch. So it's the watchdog now of this cancer thing. So the future, Dr. B, this is now our official maiden program. You're officially going to be my co-host because I can't do it on my own. What are you most excited? You now, Dr. B, forget about everybody else. And what can viewers look forward to? And knowing that I know you and I know that both of us do our that together, meaning we actually do come together. How are you going to, what are you bringing to this platform or this program that's going to excite people?
So I'm going to tell you something about me. My passion is cancer and all things cancer, and helping every single one that gets to come my way fight the biggest fight they can fight to give them as much victory. But while we are fighting, we fight laughing, we fight joyful, we fight in every possible way positive that we can, because despite the challenges that we face in life, cancer being one of them that could happen, we've just got to keep the music going on, and we've got to keep dancing, and we've got to keep looking at it from a perspective of this thing does not have a hold over my life. I think that because of that and because of the vibrance that we both bounce off each other very well, I mean, you're one of the funniest people out there, even despite everything that you're going through. You just always bring life and joy with you. So I think they would see that, again, I'm sorry, I'm going to say that you yourself are a cancer patient still taking treatment. You are here probably having taken treatment just yesterday to go on and still do this program today so that you can educate people. And look at you, Dennis, like, who's going to believe that? We're just going to bring information. We're going to bring information in a clear, succinct way that is devoid of the fear, that is devoid of the anxiety. This is what I am excited about. I'm excited about helping this woman in Lagos who is a fish seller, whose son happened to watch this program, and the day she says, I noticed this, is going to be like, oh, I watched this program the other day and they said, if you notice this, you need to go to the hospital. And because of that, he makes her go to the hospital, and whatever the problem is detected so early before it even goes bad, and she can fix it. That excites me. So I'm here in Port Harcourt talking to you in the UK, but someone in Maiduguri is going to perchance watch this program and it will make a difference for them. And I mean, this is something that is invaluable, that I think really is going to have far-reaching effects, a lot of positivity, a lot of help for the people that are there. So I'm excited to bring my wealth of knowledge as an individual. I'm excited to bring my personality, bounce it off your personality, and I'm excited that we're going to make a difference in the lives of Nigerians.
You know, I'm going to find the photograph we took with our last year. I'm going to find it and I'm going to share it. Dr. Bees, I'm actually looking forward to this, and I know our viewers are going to have a fantastic time. And so as I round up now, I want to thank our viewers, and I'm going to ask you, we have a call to action. There's no way we're going to do our interviews without our call to action. So if there's one thing every viewer should take away from this conversation today, what do you want it to be?
Okay, great. Dennis,
I will tell you what I want. You say yours, I'll say mine.
Okay, cancer is real, and it's not going to go away because you are not thinking about it. And early detection is the only thing that gives you the chance of beating the illness. Early detection and prompt treatment. So if you take away from this program that you will get educated and you will be empowered to take action, and that action can be life-saving for yourself or any of your loved ones, your neighbors, your co-workers, then that alone would have made a success of this first maiden edition. That I'm going to be tuning in, I'm going to be sharing the links with people, I'm going to let people know that empower yourself with information, and that things will definitely, that take-home message alone today is a big one for me.
Thank you. And what's my take-home message? My take-home message to you all is, I live with cancer. I am not ashamed of it. I am strong because I have a God. And for whoever is going through cancer today, I beg of you, don't bury your head in the sand. Don't run away from it. Hang in there. See, Dr. B, like he says, we crack a joke to now. But if I'm bantering cancer, I banter with him. It is important that we banter and get the facts out. Please listen to the facts, not what people say, not what you hear they say, don't eat sugar, don't eat. No. Listen to the fact of what it is you need to know. I am only alive because God has allowed me to. And I use what I have to make sure people don't get where I am, because it's not an easy journey. Early detection, education. Please, I beg of you all. And so we're going to take this time to say thank you all for joining me. Dr. B, welcome to our co-program going forward, and it's called Cancer Watch on Plus TV, and we will be starting our program in full next week, where we will both be hosting this program. Thank you for this. I'm looking forward to this, actually. And so on that note, I want to thank you all, and thank you, Dr. B, for enlightening this discussion, the launch of this awareness program, and our partnership with ACON as our sponsors of Plus TV will mark the beginning of a transformative journey in the cancer advocacy in Nigeria. So, to all our viewers, remember, knowledge is power. Early detection saves lives. And together we can make a lasting impact. Together we fight, together we win. Thank you for joining me. Let's remain united in our uniqueness. We will make a difference. You can follow us on all our social media handles, Common Cancer Foundation, Plus TV, and ARCON, and see what's going on and find out what's going on in the cancer space, social media, all of them. Thank you. Share, subscribe, and click the notification button so you'll always see all the videos coming out on any of these platforms. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a lovely